L'Oreal broke ground by hiring their first trans model who appeared in a YouTube video that they did for their True Match Foundation. Not foundation like a nonprofit foundation, like foundation on your face. And it was a short-lived relationship because they fired her shortly after she made a comment on what is it? Facebook?
Yeah.
About white America being racist. So her name is Munroe Bergdorf, and the comment is this. Honestly, I don't have the energy to talk about the racial violence of white people anymore. This happened in the wake of Charlottesville. Yes, all white people, because most of y'all don't even realize or refuse to acknowledge that your existence, privilege, and success as a race is built on the backs, blood, and death of people of color. She continued, your entire existence is drenched in racism, from microaggression to terrorism. You guys built the blueprint for this shit. Munroe said in her original Facebook, and continued, come see me when you realize that racism isn't learned, it's inherited and consciously or unconsciously passed down through privilege. Once white people begin to admit that their race is the most violent and oppressive force of nature on earth, then we can talk. So what do you think?
Yeah.
They fired her, by the way.
L'Oreal, first of all, L'Oreal is the world's largest cosmetic and beauty brand. They're bigger than Coty, they're bigger than a lot of the brands you think are huge. L'Oreal is slaying the beast with that. You said that, and she made these comments in the wake of Charlottesville. So a lot of people that weekend were heated and feeling very passionate about their beliefs. So she took to social media, which most people do, to air her thoughts. The Daily Mail in the UK was the one who kind of sensationalized the story and had the headline that she is a racist, she hates all white people. So that's when L'Oreal jumped on board and we're like, whoa, what's going on? I don't think she was wrong for her feelings. I mean, my opinions in this situation about what she said, I'm not gonna get into that because I have strong opinions about that, and that's not what we're here today to talk about. What I will say though is I think that L'Oreal should have kind of handled this differently.
Yeah.
I mean, but I get why L'Oreal did what they did, because at the end of the day, L'Oreal's a business. Their True Match Foundation, it was created for people of color. Yeah. Because people of color in makeup and in beauty are underserviced, and so yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's about money with L'Oreal, and if they find that someone is alienating a section of their revenue and income by talking about whites being racist and why people consume L'Oreal products, then at the end of the day, business is business, and they're going to do what they need to do to stay profitable and to save face.
You know, I don't think you fire this person. There's a statement that was made by Bomani Jones, who's like a sports personality, and talking about the UCLA football quarterback, and it applies to people like Josh Rosen, that quarterback, Colin Kaepernick, and I think here, which is whether you agree with them or not, you should say what you really want to say, which is shut up. Like, you want them to be quiet. L'Oreal, it's not that they agree or disagree most of the time when a big company comes out with this. It's that they think it will affect their bottom line. Right. And I think they would just prefer if they could have this person be silenced, which is weird because you are using this person's heartfelt story in your brand, and you're getting you want all the benefits of incorporating a trans individual without like the negative externalities of if they have opinions that they want to voice. Yeah. And instead it seems like they wanted them to be quiet. So here is the clarification, or at least the response from Munroe in the wake of it. She said, when I stated that all white people are racist, I was addressing the fact that Western society as a whole is a system rooted in white supremacy, designed to benefit, prioritize, and protect white people before anyone of any other race. Unknowingly, white people are socialized to be racist from birth onwards. It is not something genetic. No one is born racist. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of America's leg up on the competition in the early days was free labor, which was slavery, and so yes, you can't deny that there was like a white supremacist fundamental underpinning to the way our nation was framed, because like there was a compromise to incorporate black people, and it treated like a big step, and it still treated them as 3/5 of a person. Like that, you can't overlook that historical angle. Any response to this that this is too much and too extra, I think can be very easily explained with, like, this was in the wake of a major discussion about white supremacy that in the following weeks has kind of faded. And so this kind of statement making news now seems way like out of nowhere.
It does, Brett.
And it's not her fault that it feels that way.
I think you make a really good point, Brett, when you said that L'Oreal, how they should have handled this is just reached out to her and been like, yo, Brett, just shut up. Just like, have a seat. But there was a tweet from Sean Fay, and she says, I see at L'Oreal Paris UK that you only intend to use trans women as a marketing tool and diversity as a selling point when they work for you. And that's what a lot of people are coming back at L'Oreal saying, listen, you, again, the bottom line, all you care about your bottom line is your bottom line. You're using a super marginalized group of people to promote this true blend and diversity, but then you're getting mad at them for speaking out on the reason why you need diversity, and that's just racism and intolerance and things of that nature. So yeah, it's kind of effed up. It's super effed up.
I would, first of all, in solidarity, we turn that black intermittently every so often for,
just to drive home our point.
Just to drive home our point. The background. Yeah, the weird thing is, I had a thought, which is, the way she said it, I don't want anyone to get into this discussion of like, well, the Mongols who are Asian were very violent under Genghis Khan. Like that's the weird conversation that this spins off into when it's like white people are the most racist of all time.
Yeah.
I think also rhetorically, no one likes to be told that they're a racist. And so that is a position where if you experience racism, you want to tell people that they're being racist because of course you do. And there's a bunch of pushback from people who just don't like to be called racist, just like people don't like to be criticized in general. But the sad thing is, like, what does that mean? Like folks aren't supposed to say anything? Right. Like I understand that no one wants to be called a racist, but if racism persists because you don't want to hurt the feelings of the folks that are in the dark about racism existing, like that's another thing. But I don't think they should have fired Munroe. I don't think you do either. I think this will have more negative effect on L'Oreal than if they let this statement just exist and never mentioned it at all. Which Agreed. I guess is the silver lining in it. And silver is what happens when you color with a black crayon and a white crayon together, which is unity. Think about it. It's like a gray. Anyways, love you, bye.